chapter name or whatever the case be for a thing, and then not actually, distinguish yourself from anything else is what it is the real issue. Because, like I said, this particular one, I believe it was Virginia there, it was a lot of black dudes doing father shit is what it is, dude. Like they were actually sitting there doing like various programs and things like that for kids who didn't have a father in the household to have basically sort of a big brothers big sisters program going on there and stuff like that, where they could have a male to rely on and stuff like that as like, a mentor, etc. there, and like a father figure and stuff. And it was actually working out well for them because they were actively taking crime down in that area is what it is. And this is the problem right now, because you have these, one-offs or, couple offs, whatever it is there, that could actually go against the grain and call themselves something totally different and make a better future in this country for themselves and for their, communities and stuff like that entirely. And as a whole, make America better overall, because then you'd actually have communities that would be adjacent to theirs who would be okay with them being like right there with them and stuff like that. And it would be like community. They're all, legit areas of safety and high trust societies. But the problem is that they're not distinguishing themselves from an actual idiotic Marxist fucking group and shit who are nothing more than a bunch of black supremacist pieces of shit who hate white people in general is what it is. It's exactly why they burned down this fucking country in every goddamn major city throughout 2020 with the rioting and stuff like that. And the worst part of it is, dude, going back to that whole thing, and this is something I was kind of bringing up on Honda's chat the other day, but didn't get a chance to get into the whole brands what it was. So, franchises in this country, whether it be McDonald's or Arby's or Wendy's or Chick-fil-A or Popeyes or whatever the case, it doesn't matter. Domino's is another one of them. Obviously, Pizza Hut would be another one of them. Any of these kind of chain places, what it is, right? People don't understand that just because one of these places is in your neighborhood, it's not like it's some fucking like random CEO guy making them in that fucking neighborhood. No, it is individuals from that area who are buying into this franchise for $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 or more in many cases to have name, to use that name, to become a Domino's franchise, to become a Pizza Hut franchise, to become a Popeyes franchise, to become a Chick-fil-A franchisee, etc., etc. And the issue with that is you had all these fucking retards, all these BLM terrorist pieces of shit who were running around their own fucking neighborhoods and setting fire to these places. They're in Minnesota, where the whole fucking fentanyl Floyd thing happened. I remember watching a video. It was I'm trying to remember what the actual streamer guy's name was. I think it was like Reggie something or other is what it is. But he was like he was literally flying into different places and doing like various camera work, like the BG on the scene guy that caught Rittenhouse's self-defense shooting and stuff. And this dude here, he was in Minnesota filming this stuff. You had 4 black trannies running up to this dude and literally openly admitting on camera to torching a bunch of these places and arsons and stuff. And nothing was ever done about that. They weren't ever found. They weren't ever arrested. They weren't ever located, etc., etc. And the thing is, that's all it takes, dude. It only takes a couple assholes to do shit like that. And then we look at it 3.5, almost 4 years later now, these same fucking places that were once thriving communities, were once good fucking businesses, were once good fucking areas to have a business in, are now boarded up windows, empty parking lots, etc., etc. It's the same exact goddamn shit that happened back in the fucking LA race riots in 1992, man. One of the first things they did at Florence and Normandy there was torch a fucking 7-Eleven after looting the place fucking blind. It was a gas station / like 7-Eleven place or whatever. Corner store, places you would actually go to go get milk and eggs and everything else like that. Maybe it was inflated prices, but it had to be because people were stealing shit is what it was. And meanwhile, they looted that place blind, burned it to the ground, burned a fucking liquor store to the ground after they fucking looted that place blind as well, for that matter. Neither one of those places has ever come back, dude, in over 30 years now. Why would they? That's the entire point. It's the same bullshit in all these major cities, dude. Why the fuck would I, as an individual, if I had $30,000, $40,000 invested into a fucking business for a franchise, that you fucking assholes just burned to the ground, why would I ever build again in that fucking area, dude? Oh yeah, that's right, I fucking wouldn't, and that's the entire point of the matter. That's why none of these people have, honestly. It's why they moved to other safer neighborhoods, the so-called white flight, got the fuck out of your fucking shithole, and now have been a thriving business because they might not have had the money to go get insurance and stuff like, or not have had insurance enough to be able to recover from that fucking business being part of the ground to begin with. Like, they might have insurance money, but it might be just enough to get, like, their shit packed up and move, basically. And then find, like, a regular 9 to 5 again or something like that. Instead of being a small business owner is what it'd be. And it's just fucking disgusting, dude. And that's the thing that pisses me off the most. It's, you have so many stories out there now, from the last several years now. The grandmothers, the grandfathers, etc., who had a local grocery store in that area that they could walk to, you know, a couple 100 feet, maybe 100 yards from them or whatever it was there. You know, get on their little scooter and stuff like that and take their little scooter over the fucking, you know, a couple blocks down, 1 block over or something like that. Go get some stuff from the grocery store, you know, put it in their basket or whatever it is there, and then go home. Now they have to get on a bus about 10 miles away and go there as their local fucking place now. You wonder why you have food deserts in your fucking neighborhoods because you fucking assholes want to steal everything and then fucking take yourselves on camera fucking eating it. I've seen video after video of that shit, dude. It's why all those Walmarts in Chicago closed down because they couldn't handle the retail theft. And then these people want to bitch and moan about, like, I don't understand why we don't have any place to shop anymore. And mind you, these are the same fucking idiots who refuse to call out the criminals in their goddamn fucking neighborhoods. It's just like that fucking retarded piece of shit, the Rapley family, a couple years ago. You had their fucking retarded brother go to some dollar store, like 2017, 18, someplace in there, try to. The person that was the store clerk rightfully pulled their own gun, killed this motherfucker in self-defense. His retard fucking brother and sister are out front of the place, camera crew. His sister's all like, I know he did wrong, but that clerk shouldn't have been armed. Fuck you, cunt. And I'm pretty sure one of those fuckers since then, whether it be the brother or sister, I hope they both died, honestly, at this point in the fucking 2020 riots. That's the exact thing America doesn't need, is pieces of shit like that reproducing ever again, dude. Like, that whole fucking family is trash, dude, entirely. And the biggest problem I have with that whole thing is, you know goddamn well these fucking assholes run Ohio's fucking EBT system right now. They are on welfare handouts for generations now, and they have been, I guarantee it, for the last 2-3 generations of their fucking family. And it's the same bullshit with all the fucking Somalis here, dude. Whether it be in Ohio, whether it be in Minnesota. You can see everything that happened during 2020 with all the fucking COVID checks and shit like that, and all the various PvP loan theft and stuff like that. It was traced straight back to a bunch of fucking Islamic Somalis, dude. And there's been a couple dozen of those people who were actually arrested after that, though. Not many, though. And that's one thing people don't want to talk about either, for that matter. There was a lot of black Americans, too, for that matter, that stole money from the PvP loan system is what it was, to never get paid back, and they weren't arrested for it, because, again, that would actually require having that. So, yeah. But anyway, going to what dumbass Trump was talking about the other day, and I swear this guy's costing himself the election at this point with stupid bullshit like this thing about the other day. So you have this Mark Fisher guy who was a BLM chapter head, and I forget which it was, like Rhode Island or something like that's what it is. We had Trump on, I think it's True Social here, saying, spoke with Mark Fisher yesterday, a great guy, very honored to have his and BLM support. I have done more for black people than any president, and then he said except for Lincoln, including a 10-year funding for historically black colleges and universities, which, by the way, are race-baiting hellholes is what it is, dude, legitimately. Those are the biggest black supremacist places you ever created in this country, honestly. He said where they had none, opportunity zones, which is nothing more than fucking handing money to non-whites in this country, Criminal justice reform. Oh, you mean the criminal justice reform where you let out actual killers who have since killed again? And helped dumbasses like Kim Kardashian free a bunch of people who murdered people, only for them to then turn around and murder again? And much more is what he said. Thank you to Mark. Dude, I swear to God, and I'm pretty sure Trump admitted being jabbed is what it is. And he has no business being the presidency again at this point, honestly. I know BIPOC doing racism did a whole rant on his X account there where he was talking about basically voting for Vivek now, and I'm still pretty sure Vivek is a fucking Manchurian candidate, honestly, dude, but like, if he is legit on the level, and you have him as an Indian dude talking about like the best thing for like Americans, including white Americans and stuff like that, maybe Vivek is the fucking choice for 2024 at this point, honestly. Because it's either that or it's fucking nobody at all, dude, and saying let's burn the entire motherfucker to the ground and start fresh is what it is at this point, which is an option for that matter. Let's be honest with ourselves, dude. Like, revolution is always an option in this country, legitimately. You know, our founding fathers, Ben Franklin specifically, was the one that said it about, you know, every couple hundred years you should basically purge government entirely and start fresh. What he meant by purge him, you know, it could be just arrest him, it could be, you know, across the board, etc. Who knows? But anyway, I mean, honestly, we should be, you know, specifically having like term limits anyway in place right now. And it's after X amount of time. It's like, just get the fuck out, don't ever come back kind of thing is what it is then. So, I don't know, man. It just fucking infuriates the shit out of me, honestly. And like I said, it, you know, True socialing that shit out or whatever it is there. It could have just been somebody in his campaign saying that shit, dude. It could have just been like a Jared Kushner type, like trying to cost Trump the election is what it is now. So, who knows, dude? Like, honestly, though, again, even as the BIPOC guy brought up, it's, you know, you had Trump overwhelmingly elected in 2016 by white Americans. Same thing with 2020. And I would go as far as to say it was more white women that came out in 2020 for Trump than it was white guys. And then also, I would say a big portion of Latinos in this country, that are legal Latinos and stuff like that here, were also a big base of his as well, for that matter. So, but yeah, like he honestly should be president right now, truthfully speaking. He should be in the like last year or so of his final term is what it is then. If it wasn't for Biden's giant cheat in 2020 there. So, I really don't know, man. Like, it's just, I feel like, honestly, the way things are going, though, we're not going to have a 2024 election anyway. Like, you're going to have something happen here where you're going to have fucking fake-ass President Biden, you know, the guy who is literally a fucking farce president at this point, declare some kind of bullshit state of emergency, try to enact some fucking martial law thing or something like that and shut down this country permanently. Which, again, I've talked about before in scenarios and stuff like that, would immediately spark some kind of a civil war / revolution event is what it would be. And I believe we'd have independent people across the board just be like, nah, fuck that. And then it would be more of a civil war-ish event because you'd have people on all sides basically fighting each other is what it would be, until eventually you'd have everybody that would be left alive be like, oh, there's the real enemy over there. And at that point, it'd just be, you know, Americans versus the government at that point then. So, anyway, I don't know. But like I said, it fucking pisses me off, dude. And the thing is, as that BIPOC guy brought up as well in his little 5-minute rant there on X, you have BLM that has hated Trump this entire time. They have actively never liked this man. They never liked his policies. The only thing that they liked was that he was giving them handouts, was that he was giving them COVID checks, etc. there. And where did all those checks go, by the way? Oh, yeah, it was spent on stupid shit. And people were like, where's another check? Give me some more fucking free money, basically, instead of actually, hey, work for what you fucking get, assholes. And that's the problem entirely, dude, is like, we've created this entire generation. I'm not saying, by the way, I'm not saying it's just Black Americans either, for that matter. I think it's a lot of just laziness across generational things is what it is here, whether it be millennials, Gen Z, etc. here, even going back to some Gen Xers and stuff like that. You have this weird mindset, and as Candace knows said in the past, I believe it's victimhood mentality is the way she put it, is what it was. But it's almost like this entitlement victimhood mentality is what people have, is what it is there. And it's basically either they have to be the victim, so they play the victim is what it is, or at the same vein of things, it's like, oh, I can still be the victim, but I also have the mentality of being given handouts and being entitled to fucking handouts and shit like that is what it is. And again, this is the problem when you allow for generational welfare systems to happen. Because all it does is it incentivizes the next generation of that same family to never get off the fucking dole, to never get off the actual, free handout train. It's simply, hey, how easily can I get on this fucking area now? How easily you have the mother saying to the daughter, oh, this is how easy it is to get on here, Dad. We'll get you on there when you're fucking 10 years old now. And then that person has a child at 14, 15, 16, 17, whatever it is. By the time that kid's 3 or 4, they're on the fucking system now. Et cetera, et cetera. And that's the problem. And I talked about this the other day, by the way, with the, going back to that dude my mom worked with back in the 60s and 70s and stuff like that, where he would literally sneak out of the house so that they could get an extra fucking money in EBT system shit back when it was bonus food stamps then. It was fucked up, dude. And that's the problem, is no matter what, whenever you give somebody something or whenever you offer up something to someone, they will always take the fucking free handout over actually doing real work for the accomplishment, for whatever the actual payoff is. And unfortunately, in many cases, it does come to race-based stuff, dude, is what it is. Because you have people who will take it that way. Like, I think there is ingrained DNA is what it is. Biracial ethnicities and stuff like that. To where some people have a better work ethic than others is what it is there. And then you got some people who are still bitching about fucking 400-something years later, like, oh, fucking... let me blame you for the fucking, problems of like a dude fucking 300-400 years ago is what it is. First of all, fuck you. My family wasn't even in this country until the late 1800s, early 1900s, assholes. And by the way, most of my Polish ancestors fled Poland so that they wouldn't get fucking wiped out by some bullshit Red Guard assholes back then. And this was literally like 3 to 4 years before Vladimir Lenin took over that fucking country, dude. And then killed a bunch of fucking people after the fact. My mother's side of my fucking family comes from. There's also part of them from Ireland, too, for that matter, that also fled like persecution for that matter as well for that. My father's side is a mix of Irish and some other stuff, too, if I'm not mistaken. Like Irish and I think some French and bit of German and stuff like that. But yeah, like my entire background is little like Heinz 57, dude. It's all Eastern European shit, basically. And then I think there's like, I want to say there's like a smattering of Italian or even like a little bit of black in there too, if I'm not mistaken. Where it's like one ancestor on like one side, like, dipping out and then dipping back in kind of thing is what it was or something. I don't know. I've never taken a DNA test. I wish I could, though, honestly, without having to, like, submit to China, basically, because that's the way I feel about DNA testing at this point. But I would like to see, like, what my DNA test would be, what it is. But the thing is, like, as far as DNA tests like that are bullshit anyway. Like, they just make shit up and then throw it at the wall, basically. So, I mean, I know enough about my lineage that, like, I prove exactly what I am. And I think that's the problem with a lot of people. They don't know exactly what they are when it comes to their heritage and stuff like that. And even going on that kind of thing, you don't see me going around calling myself an Irish American or a German American or a French American or a fucking Polish American or whatever the case be. No, I'm just an American dude. And that's the problem with, black folks calling themselves African Americans. It's like, are you actually from Africa? Legitimately? Like, did you migrate over here as a first generation and get legal citizenship into this country? Oh, no, you didn't? Then stop calling yourselves that, dude. It's the same thing with like a Chinese person calling themselves a Chinese American or a Japanese person calling themselves a Japanese American or a Korean person calling themselves a Korean American or something like that. It's like, are you first generational people that have legitimately immigrated into this country legally, taken a citizenship test, and become a legal American? No, you weren't. You were born here, so you're just a fucking American, for God's sakes. And that's the entire problem, dude. That's where the whole melting pot thing is kind of bullshit, honestly, because it's like, when you're not actually just melting into the fucking Americanism, and you want to sit there and put other bullshit in front of America, and other fucking words in front of American, maybe you're not an American. You know? It's like all these people recently that were released as hostages and stuff like that are calling themselves fucking Israeli Americans. And it's like, so you're Israel first is what it is, then, if that be the case, dude. Or are you just an American? You know? Like, this is shit that's always bothered me, too, because it really goes back to, like, where patriotism really lies in these people, honestly. And it's like, does it lie with America, or does it lie with the other country you want to put in front of America? And if it lies with that first country, then fuck you, get the hell out of here. So, anyway. That's pretty much all for today, though. I'm going to go watch NEA stream then, see what he's doing, see what's going on there and stuff like that. I know Mom is doing a little bit better, as far as I'm aware. She's had a couple setbacks today, but that was to be expected. She's alive, I'll tell you that much anyway. As far as I've heard in the last couple hours what it is, so she had like a bad reaction to some medication they tried to give her, but yeah, they figured that out pretty quick, and they've done some other stuff, and obviously she was anemic and stuff like that, which she's been for a while, so they were giving her some blood transfusions and stuff, so hopefully she's okay. And when I heard them same blood transfusion, though, I'm just like, you never know, man. She might be getting some of that weird blood now. So I can't really go into detail on that one because I don't want to give the channel strike is what it is, but you guys know what I'm talking about with the... Yeah. And that's the problem right now with any kind of blood transfusion, that you don't know exactly where it's coming from. So anyways, hopefully it's all clean, though. And hopefully she'll be doing better, though. But yeah, I'm definitely missing her. And hope I'll be able to go up and see her in a couple of days, if that be the case then. Maybe this weekend or something. So anyway, but yeah, that being said, it's pretty much where I'm at for the day. Like I said, I don't really know where I'm at on Trump at this point, dude. Like, the guy definitely seems like he's dick shining is what it is. And by that I mean legitimately, like, I think that's Donald Trump's biggest problem, honestly, is that he likes to have his dick shined, is what it is, you know. Like, he basically has his ego fucking stroked, his dick fucking jerked off, basically. And as soon as somebody starts doing that thing, and it's just like an ego trip for him is what it is, man. And instead of realizing, like, no, these people don't give a fuck about you, dude. All they want is more money, more handouts, etc. And they think, if you become president again, they would get that from you. Like, no, man, I'm gonna go fuck themselves in general. And this is why I will agree with that BIPOC dude about the whole opportunity zones just being, you know, money handouts for people that are not white in this country, honestly. Because that's exactly what it is at the other day, man. It's him giving fucking money to, like, people in black communities to start businesses. Is like, okay, what about me as a poor white guy? Where's my fucking handout, Donald Trump? Where's my ability to start a fucking small business, asshole? Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't actually give a fuck about me, even though I voted for you twice, you fucking cunt. So, yeah, Trump, you can go fuck yourself, buddy. Like, honestly, like I said, at this point, I'm pretty much on the Vivek train at this point, dude. Like, as much as I think this guy's gonna be a majority candidate, you know what? I will actively vote for that guy, knowing that, and be like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. If he fucks me over, it's on me then, and I fucking know that now. Because at least with Vivek Ramaswamy, I know what the fuck I'm getting in that dude. With Donald Trump, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna get. Could be some old asshole who just dies in a year or two in fucking office. And maybe that's why Trump is trying to take his own campaign at this point, because he wants Vivek to become fucking president or something like that, dude. Maybe that's the end game for these guys. is Trump's trying to make himself look so bad now that he's trying to elevate Vivek up there because he knows that Vivek is actually a younger version of himself, basically, but is healthier, is better trained and equipped to actually deal with this shit, and potentially could be in office and do things great for this country is what it is. Maybe that's what the end game is. Who the fuck knows, dude? I mean, it would make sense, logically speaking. But again, why be such a fucking moron to do it that way instead of just being honest and stuff? And I think that's what it is. It's like a sly coy kind of thing is what it is, though. So who knows, man? It like I said, though, it just fucking pisses me off, dude. Because again, like, this country could honestly be awesome right now as a whole if it wasn't for all the fucking bullshit, dude. If people could just be cool and be honest, we would be so much better off as a nation right now. If we actually had term limits IODQs in place right now, we would have such a better country right now overall. If we could actually do a real limitation on government and stuff like that, where we had more power back to the people, and you actually had people have real constitutionalism again, we could be so much better off as a country, honestly, right now. But instead, we're all divided. You have the fucking powers that be, all the deep state motherfuckers, all the fucking globalist types, etc., your Soros types, your Rothschild types, etc., there, trying to divide and conquer by racial shit. I don't know, man. One thing I do know is that it seems like every day you look at the news and it's just fucking random ghetto gets shot up again. Random kids die in fucking drive-by instead of the fucking intended target is what it is. Is there any fixing it? Who knows? Maybe. Will it actually get fixed overall, though? I doubt it. Because again, you know, you give somebody a handout, try to give somebody a leg up, whatever the case be. If they don't actually want to better themselves or better their community, what are they going to do? For Democrat black. And seeing that my internet's starting to dip right now, I'm going to call it a day on that one. So, but yeah, you've seen so many of these fucking Democrats, dude, who have openly just sat there, and I've said it before, I'll say it again right now. They will go into office, they will get elected, and the first thing that they will do, they'll pull nepotism, dude. They will create some bullshit ass fucking administrative assistant kind of fucking something rather for some family member of theirs, where they can then embezzle $60,000 to $70,000 or more a year for these people. All tax free, all paid for by your tax dollars. And if you're not pissed, you fucking need to be, man. Because if you're actually paying into the system for taxation, you're getting fucked. You're getting fucked by these people, dude. And in many cases, you're getting fucked by people you didn't vote for, is what it is. You may have voted for the other guy. You may have voted for the other party, for that matter. You may have voted for a third party, for that matter. But yet these fucking Democrats got in there because it's a major city or whatever the case be. And yeah, they're going to sit there and fuck you in the ass every single time, dude. Why would I vote for my own destruction is what it is, honestly, dude. Oh, yeah, that's right, I wouldn't. So, like I said, maybe I am the Vivek's train at this point, dude. And, like, if he is a Manchurian candidate, so fucking be it, you know? If it is something where the guy becomes full dictator, okay. Fucking I'll take it as it is then, you know? It goes back to that old put it for Kodos, you know, kind of thing or something. But no, seriously though, it's I don't know. Like, I really just wish somebody else would come out of nowhere at this point and be done with it, dude. Like somebody who's been kind of a known entity at this point, but like nobody really knows what it is, you know? Like, truthfully, honestly, in a justified world, I wish I could just start snapping my fingers like this. And suddenly it's just like all the money in Bloomberg's account, all the money in Soros's account, all the money in the Rothschild's accounts, etc. there were now in my possession. And I would just self-fund a fucking presidential run right now, honestly. And I would be such a better president than anybody in this running currently, dude. Because I'd actually get shit done. Like literally my first day in office, I just sit there and just be like, okay, FBI, you're fucking gone. ATF, you're fucking done. IRS, you're fucking gone, et cetera, et cetera. And after all these operating agencies are gone, like day number 2 would basically just be like getting shit done after that then. It's like, oh, all these international wars, okay. Yeah, we're not gonna deal with that shit anymore, dude. Fuck that. America's an isolationist nation. We bring all our fucking people home and stuff like that. Tell all these other countries, I don't care if you're an ally or not, go fuck yourself. What have you done for us ever? Oh yeah, that's right, nothing? Then fuck off. We're not helping you out. You can deal with your own shit on your own fucking soil, dude. We're not letting Americans get killed over there is what it is. And it's as simple as that, really. And then we obviously start kicking all the illegals and shit like that. We build actual walls and, etc. behind them is what it is there. Deal with the shit correctly is what it is, man. So, and we have a better country overall then. Start arresting various fucking sitting governors and stuff like that. They're all a bunch of criminal assholes that should be arrested for crimes committed anyway at this point. And yeah, it would be such a better nation. Shit, by the time fucking that first Friday came, because it would be like starting on a Monday or whatever the case, by the time Friday came, like, dude, there'd be so much fucking shit stirred up at that point. It would just be like, they pretty much try to be impeaching my ass at that point, I guarantee it, though. So, anyway. Because I'd actually be getting stuff done then. Not to mention for the fact that I would actually have a bunch of congressmen arrested at that point in time in history as well during that first couple of days. Because they would actively be arrested for insider trading and other crimes that they've committed over the past decade or so is what it is. So, anyway, that being said, I'm going to go jump off here and go check out NEA's chat and see what they're talking about right now. So, anyway. But, yeah, other than that, I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully, for Buckshot Thursday, as long as I still have a functioning channel is what it is there after this whole stream. But I think you guys know what I'm talking about, though, man, legitimately. Like, it's just... It is frustrating as hell, man. Like you're feeling betrayed, and as you should feel betrayed, because it's like you're looking at the guy that you've been backing for legitimately, almost a decade of your fucking life at this point, and he sits there and fucking stabs you in the back, basically, and is like, "Oh no, I'm gonna go, play with this shiny new thing now instead of actually, dealing with the fucking issues at hand right now, dude." Actually helping where he can help is what it is. And that's the thing, man. It's not like honestly, I'll say it like it is. If you're going to create opportunity zones, bro, create them across the fucking board for everybody then. It shouldn't just be poor black neighborhoods. It should be poor neighborhoods, period. It should be any American should be open to being able to get a fucking loan or something then if that be the case. And build a fucking business. And like I said, if I could do that right now, a fucking small business right now, we would openly have a fucking range right now. Because I would use that fucking I would use my loans to pretty much create a gun range right now. And it would be a gun range / training center for the network as well. And you could actively have classes being taught there. We could make some money by doing having people come in there and rent out the range for different stalls and stuff like that throughout the day and stuff and whatnot. How an actual gun range works would be then, and then you could actually have another place in the fucking building or whatever the case be, like a smaller room or whatever the case be, where you'd have like actual constitutional courses being taught and whatnot. And we could actually do something good for communities and stuff like that and make people more constitutional, make people more patriotic, make people actually give a fuck about this country for once is what it is. But instead, no, you just have Trump fucking shitting on everybody, dude. You have him fucking be trying to again play the fucking race card shit, just like all these fucking Democrats love to do, which is not surprising. I mean, given the fact, like I said before, dude, literally until fucking like 2014, 2015, Trump was a fucking hardcore New York Democrat for over 40 years of his fucking life, dude. Why should we be surprised that anything changes? went so fucking psychotically retarded at that point in history. That's why Trump ran as a Republican. If he could have won as a Democrat, he would have ran as a fucking Democrat, dude. The only reason he ran as a Republican was because he knew the Democrat Party was fucking lunatics. And he would never give his Democrats what it is there. It's the exact same reason why all these scumbag rhinos out there like Matt Dolan and shit that run for office in the state rep's office or whatever the case be. Specifically Matt Dolan, who's running for the Ohio Senate right now. Or sorry, running for Senate here in Ohio. He's one of the 3 Republicans in the race currently. He's currently a state rep in the state Senate right now. This dude in 2014 in the Cleveland area ran as a Democrat in his district that he was in there, was told to fuck off because it was heavily red, came back in 2016 as a quote-unquote Republican, rode Trump's fucking ass all the way to fucking office, and then proceeded in 2020 to do the same goddamn thing for re-election. Meanwhile, is actively pushing for gun control here in Ohio. The dude should be in jail. He should have been expelled from the General Assembly over a year and a half ago. But yet the other fucking Republicans in the General Assembly right now are a bunch of fucking coward-ass pussies who refuse to remove one of their own is what it is, dude. Because I think in many cases, if Dolan gets removed, he'll take them down with him is what it is. You'll have corruption up the fucking ass at that point, and out your fucking ears, etc., to where it would take a bunch of people down then. Same thing with, DeWine Houston, etc. there. So, anyway. It's fucking irritating, man. It really frustrates the shit out of me, honestly. And that's all I'm saying at the end of the day. Like I said, though, I'll be back tomorrow for Buckshot Thursday then, where we'll talk about the Eli Dickin self-defense encounter. And if something does happen where I can't do it on this channel, we'll use the Lead-Laced Anarchy channel as our backup channel then. So, anyway. Till later. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all on the next one. Have a good one. And like I said, I have no idea at this point for 2024 nominee who I will vote for in the primaries and stuff like that several months down the road now. Maybe it will be Vivek, because I'm sure as shit not voting for any of these other fucking ass clowns in the fucking race right now, dude. Like, maybe DeSantis, but even then, he's kind of seems like a kind of asshole in general, dude. I know he's done some shady shit, too, in the past where he should be in prison, too, for that matter, for all the, jab shit. So, just like fucking Newsom shit, honestly. But anyway, again, honestly, at this point, it just needs to be somebody else, really. Like, shit, who's a good lieutenant governor right now, truthfully speaking? Hell, Kristi Noem, please come in this race. Like, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, that's who we need right now. We need a Kristi Noem type, man. If we were going to vote a woman in now, like, now is the time for Kristi Noem to get off her ass and get in this fucking race, man. Like, I would vote for her in a fucking heartbeat right now, dude. Because I know that she is an actual constitutional governor, dude. Because I truly believe that she would make real change at a fucking federal level is what it is. So, anyway. Not to mention she's super hot, too. So, there's that. But anyway. But nah, seriously, though, man. Like, she is the embodiment of what I would consider to be a constitutionalist type of governor right now. She was the only governor in America in 2020 who refused to lock down completely. I think she did like a small like county or like local basis kind of thing or whatever, dude. But that was like a case-by-case basis kind of deal is what it was. She never locked down that state entirely is what it is. She never did force mandate. She never did force fucking anything at that point. She didn't fucking go full authoritarian piece of shit like everybody else. And I really wish she'd throw her hat in the ring at this point, man. Because she would be a great fucking choice. But anyway, it is what it is. Like I said, I think only time will tell and determine if we actually have a 2024 election or not. So, but yeah, either way, that's where I'm at for the day. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I'll see you all on the next one. I'm going to watch the rest of NEA's chat and see what they're bullshitting about. So, anyway, till later. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Have a good one.